You guys don't know, I love Dubby. I had a customer that reached out to me. He was having some issues. About 3 months went by, and he called yesterday. He said, hey, could I get you to come to one of my stores? I've got some issues. What better way than Dubby to start the day? I have been on it for a while. Try to stay away from energy drinks and, you know, a bunch of sugary coffee and stuff. So I'm gonna get me some of this going. Then we're gonna take a little ride. If you guys haven't tried this, I think you should go pick some up. It's pretty daggum good. This flavor is the Galaxy Grenade, I think. Watermelon, guava, and lime. I'll be keeping Dubby on deck. Retro sherbet. Yeah, you can pour it in your water, give it a little shake, and you all good, baby. No sugars, no dye, just some good caffeine, some B vitamins. Actually, if you want to grab some of this and you want a discount, you can go to their website, or if you use the shop app, you can find it on there, and type in the discount section, Hillbilly HVACR in caps. So Hillbilly HVACR in caps and get 10% off. About to start my truck up. Got an hour-and-a-half drive through the countryside. And we're gonna go fix a walk-in meat cooler that's freezing up, and he's got a leak on the rack somewhere. I don't know which rack, low temp, medium temp, I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Anyway, you. All right, y'all, your boy back in a grocery store. So what we've got here, we've got a couple of old Tyler racks. They're union made. Main issue is the walk-in meat cooler was running really cold, and what I found, I've got it off right now, I'm gauged up above the EPR. The driveline valve was closed, and what that does is when this is closed, that EPR valve will run wide open. A couple of other issues I've noticed. We've got a compressor that's not working. What I just found, and none of this is actually labeled for the store per se, it is but it isn't. We've got up here compressor 1, which this compressor is gone. So I'm going to guess that that's compressor 1. We've got a relay there, and you see the little light above it. It is on, but there's no fuse. Now, these old 8RO boards have these little metal, I don't know what you call it, little clips that the fuse goes in, and that passes power through it. Over time, those things will get weak, and the fuses will fall out. Now, I see a fuse laying back there, but there's also some fuses right here. I'm going to attempt to pop a fuse in this thing and see if it holds it. More than likely it won't hold it and it will fall back out, or it might just hold it a little bit. We'll know if it's loose. We're going to see if that compressor comes on. It did come on, and as you can see, it's really loose. This poor guy's meat, all of it in here is frozen. That's hard as a rock. Hard as a rock. And that was probably primarily because of this one circuit where previous guy had the pilot line or drive line, whatever you like to call it, closed on that EPR, and it was running wide open. We're still really cold in that box that we had the drive line off. I'm going to let it continue to sit, let them coils thaw out completely, because you don't really know without getting up in there if the inside of the coil has ice on it. So I'm going to probably let it go probably over an hour. I don't know where I'm at here. My phone won't quit ringing. I do think we have an issue with that EPR. But this here, you see how that's at the top, it's spun off and welded? I don't think that was ever ran. So out of all these I could rob parts off of, I'm going to go for this one. I don't think this one has ever been used. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I feel a spring. Looks brand new in there. Alright, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to kill the liquid here. Let that pump for a little while. Shut this drive line off. Open this EPR all the way up. Pumping this circuit out. I've got all my circuit switches off except for the ones that are in defrost. Let me just go ahead and kill them all. Man, these old screens are hard to see. That'll do. Let that purge for a second. Kill that one. I'm going to turn all these other ones back on. I think we were all the way to... Oh yeah, we about done.
And I brought a wrench. Just got to do one thing. We got to save the gasket on this one. Hopefully it's nice and oily. We should be able to pull this thing out of here now. Our O-ring is still there. It's a little swollen. I'm going to have to fight that to get it back in there. Sucks working over a pit like this. Yeah, that's not going to work. Hold on, I'm going to grab a gasket out of one of these other ones. Hopefully I'm not creating more of a mess. So I've got a better looking gasket. I'm going to dip this in a little bit of this oil. Some good looking oil in it, boys. There we go. I'll try to get this thing in here. Yep. Put our solenoid pull back on. I already know we're going to have to adjust it. All right, let's hope it doesn't leak. Let's get some liquid back on. I'm going to crack this for a second. Go ahead and open my drive line back up. I heard it push in. That's good. A little piston moved all the way in. It sounded like good click. Probably should have put some oil on the inside of that thing. That's good. Now let's see if that pressure goes down. This one ain't moving either. Do an old trick here. Let me close this drive line and see if I can get it to move out of the way. I'm going to open and close it a few times and see if I can get that thing to move back and forth into the abyss. It looks like it's doing something now. Let's try it again here. Oh, come on. Might have to try for another valve. Nope. What's going on? All right, I think I finally got it freed up. I worked it back and forth several times. I'm gonna go flip the switch a few times, off and on, just to try to get that piston to move back and forth and get oiled up real well. Hopefully I can get myself out of this mess I'm in. So yeah, it's going up. Let me go ahead and run this in a good ways, because I know that's way too cold. We'll see what happens here. Come on, baby. Go down. Go down, yeah. Come on, go down. There we go. All we needed is get some oil on that piston. So they want to run that thing about 32. So we're going to shoot for a saturation temperature of about 22. It's moving now, up and down. There we go. That's what we want right there. Pressure is going up. And it's going back down. I'm pretty well satisfied with that right there. Doing what it's supposed to now. Now I'm gonna get back to doing what I was doing a minute ago, walking around with my leak detector. A little bit of times went by. I found a couple of small leaks, nothing really worth showing. They tightened right up. That EPR is doing what it's supposed to. Now what I'm gonna do is go through and just check some of these other circuits, kind of these suspect ones that look like they're coming back a little cold, and just see what kind of pressures we got. I was about to leave and that fuse popped out again, so I had to put the old wire twist on it. That should hold it in there. Just for documentation purposes, 20% on our receiver. Fixed all the leaks I could find. Hey, there's that drive line cap. Still got the seal in it. Dadgum hack jobs, man.